Hello, I have a book. See? Book. It says, Bravo, Livingstone Mouse. This is for you guys. Wait. It's a mouse! That is probably Livingstone. One night, Livingstone Mouse put on his explorer hat and set off to investigate the wild wood. As Livingstone ran into a clearing, he found a woodpecker and a beaver building a stage. "It's for the dance performances by a special artist," said the woodpecker proudly. "The show starts in an hour. If you hurry, you might catch the foxes rehearsing their foxtrot," said the beaver, pointing to the edge of the clearing. "Great," said Livingstone. "Save me a seat for the show." As Livingstone ran on, he heard the sound of quarreling. "The foxes are panicking," explained the cicada. "It's only an hour before the curtain goes up, and they still can't get their foxtrot right." As Livingstone watched, the foxes started shuffling through the grass, arguing loudly. "You stepped on my paw again." "It's your own fault. I've told you 100 times. You go backwards. I go forwards." "I'm sorry I ever said I'd be your partner." Oh, they're arguing. "Excuse me," said Livingstone. "You really make a handsome couple, but I think your rhythm's off." "I beg your pardon," said one of the foxes. "How many times have you danced the foxtrot?" "Never," said Livingstone. "Exactly," cried the fox. "Why should we listen to someone with no foxtrot experience? Go away." "Pay no attention," the cicada told Livingstone. "Foxes are very bad manners." As Livingstone and the cicada wandered off, they came across a bored-looking bee. "The twist, rehearse 32, he buzzed with a yawn. Half a dozen snakes reared up from the ground and wriggled violently. "We're tied up again," wailed one. "That's because you keep going left when you should go right," shouted another. "Get your tail out of my eye," bellowed the third. "Excuse me," said Livingstone. "I really like the way you wiggle, but I think your rhythm's off." "I beg your pardon," said one of the snakes. "We do not wriggle, we slither." "Do you slither?" "No," replied Livingstone. "I scurry." "Exactly," cried the snake. "Why should we waste time speaking to a creature that scurries? Go away." "I'm fed up with these stubborn snakes," cried the bee. And he flew off with Livingstone and the cicada. "Stupid shoes!" cried a voice suddenly, and a centipede stumbled into view. "He's supposed to perform the clog dance tonight," chirruped a grasshopper, "but he keeps tripping over his boots." "Excuse me," said Livingstone to the centipede. "I really like your shoes, but I think your rhythm's off." "I beg your pardon," said the centipede. "How many feet do you have?" "4." "Exactly," cried the centipede. "How can a creature with 4 feet give advice to someone with 50 feet? Go away." "Wait for me," cried the grasshopper. "I've had enough of this ill-tempered centipede. I'm coming with you." On a patch of grass, 8 frogs faced each other in a square. "Bow to your corner," croaked a large frog. "Let me see," he cried. "Do-si-do. Yes, that's it. Do-si-do. Take your partner. No, don't bow to each other instead, I think. Wait a minute." "Ouch," cried the frogs as they fell over each other. "He's mixing them all up," chirped a katydid. "He's a hopeless square dance caller," giggled the cricket. "I get so confused," wailed the large frog. "Excuse me," said Livingstone. "You have a beautiful voice, but I think your rhythm's off." "I beg your pardon," said the frog. "Did you squeak?" "Yes," replied Livingstone. "Exactly," cried the frog. "How can a creature that squeaks know anything about croaking square dance instructions?" "How rude," tooted the katydid. "Come with me," said Livingstone to the cicada, the bee, the grasshopper, the cricket, and the katydid. "I have an idea." The moon was high as the woodland creatures gathered in the clearing. "Quiet, please," called the woodpecker. "For our first performance, the foxes will dance the foxtrot." The terrified foxes stood staring at each other, paws rooted to the stage. Then into the clearing marched Livingstone Mouse and his insect band, humming, buzzing, chirping, and strumming. "Slow, slow, quick, quick," went the rhythm. Suddenly, the foxes began to dance. Around and around they whirled in time to the music. "What a perfect rhythm!" cried the woodpecker. "What a perfect foxtrot!" Livingstone raised his baton once more. The band played the twist for the snakes. The snakes slithered and wiggled, hissing with glee. Click, clack, click went 50 centipede feet as the band played a clog dance. The frogs bowed and do-si-doed and do-si-doed again. "Swing your partner," cried the frog as he croaked his square dance instructions in time to the music. At last, as pale light shone through the treetops, Livingstone laid down his baton. "3 cheers for Maestro Livingstone Mouse," cried the woodland creatures. "You saved our show. Will you play for all our performances?" "I will," said Livingstone. And that's exactly what he did. And they partied. The end. I love you guys. Mwah! Big hugs.